All right, let's go ahead and get started. So welcome to, I believe it's the third edition of Wildlife Facts Fast. And today we're going to be talking about courtship. You know, Valentine's Day is just a couple of days away. So reminder, if you haven't already got your significant other a gift, you have a few more days to get it done. But it got us thinking, you know, humans have this big ritual that we go through for Valentine's Day and how we celebrate. And we were thinking, do wildlife have mating and courtship rituals as well? Well, check out this fast fact. And Jeremy, I'm going to turn it over to you to teach us all about wildlife courtship.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Lane. I'm a public information specialist with the department. And one of these times we'll be able to figure out how to say the title of this segment appropriately, right? Wildlife Facts Fast. Yeah, like Tristana was saying, what better time with Valentine's Day happening this weekend to talk about courtship and mating, some things that we might think are kind of strange in the animal world and pretty interesting. So a Valentine's Day date, maybe that would start off with like a nice dinner, right? That sounds pretty good to me. So is there an animal equivalent for that? Yeah, absolutely there is. Osprey. We have osprey in the state. They eat a lot of fish. Not surprisingly, when courting each other and maintaining those bonds, the male osprey will fly over the female dangling his legs, just like you see in the picture there, and bring her a fish. And she'll lower her back and lower her head if she accepts the fish. So there's one idea for you, right? Right off the bat, we're making date plans, sushi night. There you go. And they're not alone in the bird world for bringing each other gifts. In fact, a lot of food is exchanged between pairs, and also like nesting material in birds. And this process of giving each other gifts, just like you would on Valentine's Day, is called tidbitting. And so here you see a pair of greater roadrunners, and the male there has brought the female a dead lizard. And I can't recommend that for your significant other, but you know, maybe to get the ball rolling, to maintain these bonds. He's showing her that I can provide for our offspring. I can provide when you're sitting on the nest, I'll bring you food. It's a pretty nice gesture. So then next, after our dinner, I think what we need is dancing, right? Dancing. Dinner and dancing, typical good date. So not to leave out the invertebrates, here are some jumping spiders, the males on the right there. Jumping spiders dance for their significant others. They can do little zigzag patterns, they can do circle patterns, they can go back and forth. They cut quite the rug. In the reptile world, maybe one of the better dancers is a red-eared slider. It's a turtle, not native to our state, but we do have them in our waterways. And the males have these really long fingernails, and they get in front of the female's face and they wave their fingers in front of the female's face, just like you see in the picture there. That sounds crazy, right? Humans would never do that. But the dancing champion, without a doubt, in our state has to go to the lesser prairie chicken. These birds gather together on a communal dancing area called a lek, L-E-K. And there they boom, they make this really loud call, and they dance in circles, scraping their feathers along the ground and kind of spinning around and stomping the grass with their little feet. And the females are watching this, and the best males get to dominate the dance stage and mate with females. Very interesting bird. In the sweetness category, it's going to be hard to top voles. Voles are a little rodent. In our state, we have a species called meadow vole, and they're related to hamsters and lemmings closely, but it's a little rodent, tiny little ears. And voles are known to snuggle and to give hugs and to give kisses when their partner is stressed out. So everybody say it with me now. Oh, that is sweet. That's hard to top. Rabbits have a lot of fun too. Cottontails here. they're known to cavort with each other before they mate, and that means that they're going to jump around a lot, chase each other around, just kind of display to each other that they are very healthy and just showing off their vitality. Elk. Elk males, bulls, call to each other and to females. So when an elk bugles, it's a beautiful sound if you've never heard it, that it could be doing one of two things or both. Trying to attack the attention of females and also issuing a challenge or an intimidation to other males. And it's the female who picks who she's going to breed with. And she bases that on call, on appearance of the male, and on his scent. And when they're calling to other males, sometimes that's enough. Sometimes in whatever elk language they're speaking, they know who the dominant one is at low tones or whatever's involved there. I'm not sure. But sometimes, a challenge is issued and they call the bluff. And so sometimes they get to fighting after that. What would romance be without a little drama? And then next we're going to talk about drama in the animal world. Here we have a bluegill, a little fish. And bluegill, like a lot of other fishes, they make a nest on the base of the waterway in which they're living there. And it could be just a little shallow depression that they've kind of pushed around the rocks and the substrate, or kind of flattened out the vegetation. Just not like a bird nest, just a very shallow bowl. And the female will go into this nest and she'll lay eggs. And then the male will come along and, right after she's doing that, directly after, he'll fertilize them. So it's external process. So in bluegill, you have smaller males that we call sneaker males. And they're doing exactly what it sounds like. They're sneaking around to these nests, and the smaller size makes them appear more female-like. And they sneak in there, resembling and mimicking a female, and fertilize some of the eggs without the dominant male's knowledge there. In dissection, these sneaker male bluegill, they're small in size, but their gonads are huge. So they've devoted a lot of their energy to possessing these huge gonads so they can fertilize a whole lot of eggs. Just a different strategy. Similar to that, we have this little triangle here. Speaking of drama, this is a common side blotch lizard. And they're called a side blotch lizard because of that black spot in the armpit behind their front leg. And in some populations, males will come in 3 colors. And that's yellow, blue, and orange. And it's just like they sound. It's a color variety on their skin. Not all populations have all 3 of these, but some do. And what's going on here is a crazy ecological game of rock, paper, scissors. It's pretty interesting. So the orange males are large and aggressive, and they have a lot of territories. They maintain a lot of territories and can mate with a lot of females. The blue males are smaller, and they only maintain a single territory. Then, kind of like the bluegill sneakers, you have the yellow males, which more closely resemble a female, and they're sneakers also. So what's going on here is that the orange males are trying to steal territory from the blue because they're bigger and more aggressive. While orange is busy battling blue and vice versa, the yellow sneaker males will sneak into these territories and breed with those females. The blues, to try to combat some of this, they team up together and they cooperate to defend their territories because they're smaller, but they're in more number. So you have this like rock, paper, scissors thing going on. It's pretty interesting. So the orange guys, their strategy is might is right. They're going to go in there and bully somebody around and take their territory. The blue guys like teamwork. They're going to cooperate together. And the orange males, their strategy is Super Sancho. That's right. Really interesting in the lizard world. I hope your Valentine's Day is a lot more drama-free than that. And yeah, maybe you got some ideas for your significant other. Sushi night, anybody?
I'm up for sushi. That sounds really good for Valentine's Day. So maybe that can be a possibility. But thank you, Jeremy. And thanks everyone for joining us for today's Wildlife Facts Fast.
We'll see you next time.